Welcome everyone to day 8 of our 21-day journey together. It's amazing to see so many of you coming back each day, deepening your experience of meditation and really taking that time for yourself. So if today is your first time with us, welcome. And if you wish to, you can watch past recordings or join a breakout room after the session for support. Now, before we begin, make sure you have your foot soap ready and some ice for today's session. So again, I don't know if you guys just joined us or were reminding just before, but I'd rather remind you guys now. So please go if it's not done, go get your bucket and a bit of ice. And before we begin, I just also introduce myself again quickly. I'm joining you from Paris. And outside of Sahaja Yoga, I am a dad of two small boys. I work in finance. And as I shared with you guys last time, I started meditating with my parents as a kid. And I guess it's around the age of 14, 15, where, I was sitting one morning with two friends and realizing, you know what, I need to finally find out by myself what is this thoughtless awareness that everyone is talking about around me. And I think that day I really expressed a very strong desire to finally touch this state. And within minutes, I was thrown into this incredible state. I felt I was one with all the matter around, and I felt just bliss and love pouring on me. I had tears in my eyes, and I was like, oh my God, okay, now I finally get it. And I know why people sit down, open their hand, close their eyes, and meditate. And this was a wonderful experience. And I've been trying to, repeat this experience and go deeper in that. And I'm so happy to be able to do that today again with all of you. So yesterday, we focused on what you are feeling while clearing chakras with abundance. And tonight, we'll introduce a new technique using ice to cool down the right energy channel. So our right side is the side of ourselves we use when we have to act. It's the action channel. So when we have to plan, when we have to think, when we're working, we use that subtle channel within ourselves. Now, what happens is it tends to overheat if we overuse it, and that can lead to, stress, irritation, anger. And so cooling it down helps us relax and find balance again. So this session tonight will be about learning how to clear the right channel. Now, here's what's coming up in our session today. We'll have two guided meditations. So we'll really have the time to go inside, be in that silence, and go deeper into meditation. We'll have a beautiful video of Shri Mataji explaining more about vibrations. And we had questions about that in some of the past sessions. So we'll be able to learn a bit more about this. And we're very pleased to also have Kalyan joining us with live music, beautiful live music. We were just rehearsing before, and it's going to make our meditation so much deeper. And at the end, we'll have a sharing session and Q&A, either in breakout rooms in your own language, or you can also stay in the main room. So the session will last about an hour. And as always, Sahaja Yoga is completely free. And that being said, I'm very happy now to welcome our amazing team for day 8. And I'd love to maybe start with Shivani, who is joining us from London. Shivani, how are you?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for introducing me. I'm Shivani Patil. I come from London, but I'm originally from France, and I just graduated from my master's degree. And yeah, like Malik, I've also been introduced by my parents to the practice, and I've been now practicing for most of my life. And it's a pleasure to be here and share with you all the experiences. That's what Sahaja Yoga is.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you so much for being here with us. And we also have Jaya, I think, who's not living too far from where I am now. Hi, Jaya. How are you?
Hi, everyone. It's very nice and it's a pleasure to be here with you all tonight. I'm Jaya. I'm living in Paris and I've been practicing meditation since I was very young. It was passed down by my parents and it really helps me keep in balance. So, Sahaja Yoga meditation is really lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaya. Thank you so much. And we have Kalyan joining us all the way from USA. How are you, Kalyan?
Very good. Very happy to be here. Yeah, I play the violin, and it's always a pleasure to play for meditation because it actually puts me into meditation when I do that. Um, so I live in Hartford, which is in the east coast of the United States. Looking forward to the session today.
Thank you, Kalyan. Thank you so much for being with us. So without further ado, I'll invite Shivani to take us through our first meditation tonight on the right side channel. Thank you, Shivani.
Thank you. So I'm going to talk about just a bit of the right channel for people who just join again. And then we're going to do the foot soak and introduce the ice treatment and then the speech. So the right channel, as Malik said, is the channel from which we have the power to act, to think, to plan for the future. And it's the sun channel, so it can be very easily overheated. And sometimes that's what we can feel on our hands too. So when it's heating up, then we have a lot of reactions, and that can create also negative emotions like anger, like irritation, anything that will make us really have a hot temper. So if we can have a display of the charts, you can see that it starts from the second chakra and then go all the way up, crosses at the sixth channel here, sixth chakra here, and then go to the left. And this here, we'll call it a balloon, and it's the balloon that what we call the ego. And so that's when, again, the right channel is overused, we can have this arrogance, this self-centeredness that will not allow us to see for the other person what's outside of us. But on the contrary, when we have a healthy right channel, we become a personality that is very dignified, very just, and can display this righteousness that we can see in so many heroes. So without further ado, I invite you all to put your feet into the water. For the ice, we can just see, you can just have this on your side. So we can have ice like this in the plastic, or you can just put ice cubes in the towel and then put it then. So you can just keep it on your side for now. And we can start with raising our Kundalini. So we can have our left hand in front of us, the right hand from us to outside, turn, and then raising. And we then do a first knot. Second time, 2 knots. And then one last time with 3 knots at the end. The bandana is with the left hand on the lap, and the right hand will come from the left to the right to have a circle and then come down. That's considered as 1, and we do 7 times. Six and 7. So we can take a few deep breaths. We can put our hand towards the ground. This is the time for yourselves now. It's the time to let go of all the tension, all the worries, any conflict, and slow down. So again, in this meditation, we're going to use the elements to cool down our right channel. So the water is one of the greatest elements to help us in this endeavor. And now we're going to put our ice and put it on our lever. So on the right hand side. And you can put it directly on the skin if you have a fabric wrap around it. And then press it to your abdomen. So this is the seat of our attention, which allow us to do the action. When it is overused, we can get exhausted, we can get anxiety, we can get really in tempers. So the ice will help cool down all this fireness in us. We can also have this prayer. Mother Kundalini, please cool down our liver. The liver, which is the seat of our attention, the start of our right channel. Mother Kundalini, please purify our attention. Please improve the quality of our attention so we can be attuned to reality. We're going to now bring the ice here on the balloon on the left-hand side of our head. You can put it directly. And this helps us cool down again our temper, our many reactions to what's around us. Mother Kundalini, please may we be in balance. To be dynamic, but not overreacting. We can put the ice aside and we can stay a few moments in meditation, in silent meditation. Here you can just observe any reactions in yourselves, any change in your hands, in your state. And if anything comes up, and if what's coming in, any reactions, then we can just say, I forgive or not now. With our right hand from the basis of our spine in front of us, we're going to raise it very slowly. And by doing this motion, we signify to the Kundalini energy that we would like to have this connection. So we can do it a second time. And we can do it a third time. On the last one, we can put our palm with the finger stretched on top of our head, and we can turn clockwise our scalp. And we can have this prayer. Mother Kundalini, please, Shri Mataji, please. Open completely my last chakra so we can have the connection, so we can attain the state of meditation, so we can have the yoga. We can bring our hand above the head. And just again observe what we are feeling, what's our state. We can now do it with the left hand. And bring it up again. And see, is there any changes than the right hand, then the left? And then bring it down. So yesterday we have learned also to give a bandhan. The bandhan is turning clockwise. So with the right hand from, just clockwise. And then we can do it on our lever. So you turn clockwise and then give it to the water. So this concludes our foot soak. We can now rinse our feet. And then you can set the bucket aside and you can throw the water away later. So we will now listen to a speech of Shri Mataji. She is the founder of Sahaja Yoga meditation, and she traveled around the world to speak about Sahaja Yoga and its effect, its impact, our understanding is very much thanks to her. And we invite you to keep your hand on your lap with the finger open, palms towards the sky. And that's a sign also that you would like to receive this knowledge, you would like to receive those vibrations. So keep an eye also on what you're feeling, how your state is changing. So we can now have the speech.
On your fingertips, you can feel the centers of other person. If something is fishy, you can feel it. If somebody is cheating you, you can feel it. Everything. Your fingers speak. This is what Muhammad Sahib has said. At the time of resurrection, your hands will speak clearly. How can hands speak? This is how, because all these 5 fingers are the centers, 6th and 7th center. One on the physical side, another on the physical and also mental side is the right side, and the emotional side on the left side. These are 2 different systems within us which people are not understanding, that there are 2 channels within us. What we call as the autonomous nervous system has got parasympathetic nervous system in the center, but there are 2 left and right sympathetic nervous systems. And these are the 2 systems that are enlightened on your fingertips, by which you know exactly what is wrong with you, what centers you are catching. That is self-knowledge. People will go mad, but they will not know they are getting mad. They will have cancer, they will not know they are having cancer. This indication tells you exactly what's wrong with you. Now, if you know how to correct your centers, you can correct the centers of others also. Then also, there's another achievement is that you become collectively conscious. Means you can feel others on your fingertips. You can feel others on your fingertips. Who is the other? That's what we think. But nobody is the other. We are part and parcel of one spiritual personality. And once somebody has problem, we immediately know there's a problem. Because on the fingertips you can feel it. This is true knowledge. It's not some sort of reading a book or some sort of a thing, but it's a true knowledge within yourself, which you know yourself, which we call as cognitive science, which works within yourself. You don't have to go out to read anything, to understand anything. Your own being itself is a complete computer, I should say, which tells you what's what, who is what. We have no idea as to what we are. We have not been given any idea as to what potential we have. It's tremendous, it is. It is tremendous. And if it works, it will work for you, for your family, for your children, for your city, for your nation, and for the whole world. So this has to become a collective understanding within yourself, not mentally. Mental understanding is just temporary and passes off. But it's an actualization, again and again I say, it's the actualization of the knowledge within yourself. Then they talk only of that. They talk in the words of chakras, of the centers. That person is this, that person has got this, I have got this. Now, on your fingertips, which gives you a perfect answer for everything. Then it looks after you, it protects you, it guides you, as I told you, and guides you in the right way, in the right manner. And how it achieves things is wonderful. So we have to first and foremost understand that we have to have that spatial personality of a self-realized personality, which will really help and care for others. It's not just talking, it's not just reading, it's not just following some false guru, but it is following yourself, which is to show that you are your own master. You become your master and you know everything about everything. This is the potential in all of you. As I said, it is not only for few people, it's not for only black-white people, but it's also meant for people who are uneducated, who are living in the villages, who are very simple people. It works for all of them, and when it works, you will be amazed how it transforms you and transform others. And you become so confident about yourself. You don't doubt yourself because there's an absolute knowledge on your fingertips. It is something that is within you which you should achieve. Of course, for this you should know that so far you have not known, so you have to know. As long as you have this attitude, it would work out. I cannot force, Sahaja Yoga cannot force on anyone self-realization. It cannot be forced. It has to be asked for. Unless and until you knock the door, it won't work out. It works out for people only who really want it and who want to become self-realized. As a result, you don't have any responsibilities. It's only the responsibility of the all-pervading power that does everything for you, that looks after you, that guides you and takes you to the right places, to the right situations, and guides you in such a manner that you are amazed. How is it? How is it working? How is it working out? There will be no meaning left to any miracles. But these miracles are not like taking out a diamond and things like that. But it's a miracle how the circumstances will change, how people will change, how you will become such a joyous, lovable personality. On this subject, I don't know how many lectures I have given, and there's no end to it. But I would say that you should take your realization and go into our programs, whatever they have, and grow into it. Because you take some time to grow, like a seed sprouts, but it takes time to become a tree. But hardly 1 month at the most. And don't have to pay there also, again I'll tell you. Nothing has to be paid. You just give some time to yourself and it will work out. When you have mastered it, you'll be amazed what you can do. A month at the most. Some people just get it and they don't have to do anything, just they know. But most of the people have to do it. It improves everything, your thinking capacity, in the sense your brains get enlightened. You become a very large-hearted personality. And other things that we think of prosperity and all that, all comes through. This I'm just telling you, like a mother would like to give a castor oil with little chocolate on top. But main thing is you must know yourself how great you are. That is what every mother wants her child to know. That's my only desire is in America, if it spreads. In that manner, it will all be a great thing, a great boon for the whole world. May God bless you.
Let's close our eyes and just let our attention absorb the words and the vibrations. We'll stay in silent meditation for about a minute. We'll continue our meditation with some music. I'm going to be playing a rag which will help cool down the right side.
Wow, thank you so much, Kalyan. This was such lovely music. Thank you. So we are going to keep our attention inside, and we are going to work on clearing the entire right channel. And here we can place our right hand on our lap and our left hand backwards like this. Now we're going to say inside, Mother Kundalini, please take away all the heaviness from my right channel. Let all our thoughts of the future, all our stress, and our overactivity be completely dissolved. We will slowly bring our right hand down, left hand down, sorry. And we will put our left hand on our liver. Place it on our liver. Keeping our attention inside, our eyes closed. And here we will ask, and we will say, Mother Kundalini, please awaken the quality of pure attention within us. We will slowly move our attention to our third energy channel. This is a center of peace, satisfaction, generosity. Keeping our attention inside, we will say, Mother Kundalini, please awaken the quality of peace within us. Let us be peaceful. We will slowly move our attention to our next energy center here on our heart, right heart. And here we can say, I let go of all my responsibilities. I let go of all my worries. I let go. We will slowly move our attention to the next energy center here, which is just the right side of our neck. And here we can say, I let go of all anger, of all unkind thoughts, all unkind words, that may have been said. Mother Kundalini, please awaken the quality of kindness within us. We will slowly move our attention to the left side here of our head. This is the side which resides our ego. And here we can say simply, I surrender my ego. I let go of my ego. I am not this ego. Then we can slowly move our attention to the very top of our head here, the last energy center. On the fontanelle bone area, we can move our hand, press it clockwise. And turn it clockwise. And then we can slowly raise our hand above our head and see what we feel. And then we can slowly move our hand back on our lap. And we can go into silent meditation. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and we can raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan, which is what we did at the beginning. So again, we are raising our Kundalini, going all the way up. First knot, come down, and then 2 knots. Three knots. After we take our bandhan, which is a half a circle, so 7 times for all energy centers. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaya, very much for this beautiful meditation. We really took the time to go deep. And you have probably all noticed that most of us, we have a picture of Shri Mataji next to us. And it's not just, because we have tremendous respect for her teachings and her legacy and, what she brought for mankind with this revolution of self-realization, but there's something more. And now that you know more about vibrations, you're probably aware that vibrations permeate everything, and there's vibrations in everything. So this is why we try to create also the best environment where we can get the most vibrations, so we can get nourished by these, so they can work on us and get us to a higher state. So for instance, you've seen that every night we try to have live music, and not just any music, but the kind of music that is really going to emit the most vibrations for us to feel on our hands and for these vibrations to nourish us. So it's exactly like, water nourishing a plant. These vibrations are truly nourishing us. And same, we find that there's vibrations in objects and in art. But again, not any object and not any piece of art, but now that we have this sensitivity, now that we can feel vibrations, when we listen to music, sometimes we'll start spontaneously feeling these vibrations flowing. When we look at a piece of art, we might feel vibrations flowing from it. When we, say and speak certain words, we'll feel vibrations that are like positive. And if, we speak more like aggressive words, perhaps the level of vibrations is going to go down. So what we try to do in our environment is, again, to create a space, a life where there's the most vibrations. Now, coming back to Shri Mataji's picture, we realize that the coefficient of vibrations of her picture is absolutely tremendous. So much so that a Russian scientist actually worked on this to measure the amount of vibrations coming out from Shri Mataji, and the results were pretty exceptional. So why is that? Well, Shri Mataji, not like you and I guess, she was born with this spirit fully manifested. And she doesn't have to clear, her chakras like we have to. So her nature is that, it's fully manifested. Her spirit is fully active. And so she has a personality that's absolutely unique, where the vibrations are, emitting tremendously. So when we meditate, we try to, use her picture. We try to have a candle, because the fire element is going to also, take away all the tensions, burn away any, negativity we might have. Often we try to also have some flowers, because flowers, same, they emit a lot of vibrations. And also we can put some incense, because incense will also contribute to, repel maybe some tensions and therefore create more vibrations. Now, again, don't believe a word of what I just said. The whole idea of Sahaja Yoga is to experience it and to see for yourself. So now, in your next meditation, try to meditate with the picture of Shri Mataji and without. And put your hands in front of the picture this way, and try to see what you feel when you picture your hands are, open towards the picture of Shri Mataji. And this is a wonderful and fun experiment to do, because you can also do this then with many objects, art, anything, to see what kind of vibrations you feel. And most of us have felt that Shri Mataji's picture was pretty special. So again, this is an invitation for your next meditation to try with Shri Mataji's picture, and then tell us about what you felt and what was your experience of that. All right, so moving on, if we can bring up the slide, there's also something really special that we'd like to introduce today. So again, for tomorrow, we'll have day night on actually the left channel. So today we worked on the right channel, and tomorrow we'll work on the channel of our desire, of our emotion. And if this is a channel that you feel that is maybe overused again, we'll use some simple techniques tomorrow to learn how to clear out our emotions, our left side channel. And we'll also have special workshops. So we'll break out into these breakout rooms earlier, so we can really have those workshops, those one-to-one, those conversations, those meditations, so we can go deeper. So now, getting back to the specials. Oh yes, for tomorrow, please bring a candle. So the same way we did a technique tonight using the ice element, tomorrow we'll use the fire element. So if you can all bring a candle holder, and some matches or a lighter to light it up, that would be great. And we will be using the fire element tomorrow to work on the left channel. So yeah, make sure you have these things. And again, the special moment of tonight is the introduction of our mentorship program. So this is a one-on-one support system where an experienced meditator can personally guide you. So your mentor will connect with you via phone or Zoom or text or even in person at a pace that suits you. And this is quite different from breakout room support because it's a deeper, personalized experience to help you establish a strong meditation practice at home and have that relationship where you can, ask all the questions you have, learn more. And again, if this sounds helpful, you can click the link in the chat to sign up. We have a form. You can enter a few details, and we really try to match you with the best mentor for you, and ideally someone who's not too far from where you are. And once paired, they'll reach out to you. So just allow for a few days for that process to happen. You could be matched in the next 3 days or in the next week or so. But we'll find someone for you if you're interested. And personally, I've seen this make a tremendous difference because again, when you have this new experience, of course, it comes with all these questions. And when you have someone that you can bounce those questions with, it's wonderful. And it's also a commitment. So it's not someone who knows of course they know a lot, but it's also a commitment where you can have that kind of accountability where you can exchange, you can meet, you can really try to again get the most out of Sahaj, get the most out of this meditation practice, and make sure that you can really go deeper inside and feel all the magic that comes with that. So that being said, please, if you haven't done so yet, join our WhatsApp group. This is where you can find all the links for our daily sessions. You can find also the links to the different resources we have. And maybe right now we can also quickly go on our website. So you can scan the QR code if you want to access the website. And we can check out where to find resources each day on our website. So if we go down, perhaps we can check out for the day, if we go in week 2, day 8. Thank you so much, guys. You have resources there. You have also a picture of Shri Mataji, a few of them that you can use. You can print them out, and really I invite you to experience that and see as a scientific experiment what happens and what's the difference when you try to put your hands towards Shri Mataji's picture. So again, that website, every day you can get back to it and find resources for whichever topic we covered on that particular day. Thank you so much. So coming back on the slides, we'll have, again, as we mentioned, tomorrow a session on the left channel. And now is the moment where you can join breakout rooms. So we have a lot of people ready to welcome you, to speak with you one-on-one. So we have different languages, so please don't hesitate to pick the one in your own language. You can ask your questions. You can clarify what you just experienced now with a Sahaja Yoga instructor. And we'll also have a session in the main room here if you guys want to stay here. And I guess I will invite again our wonderful team of tonight with Jaya and Shivani and Kalyan. And if you guys have questions also here, please send them to us in the chat. And also, I might have myself a few questions for our guests tonight. So let me just quickly join to the chat, see if there's anything so far, and you guys can just write to us here. And perhaps I'll start with a first question, and any of you can answer if you feel like it. Like, could you talk about how doing the ice treatment or another right side treatment has helped you if you have experienced a bit of right side? Any of you feels like answering this question for me?
I can also
Go ahead, Shivani,
give that
please.
go, and then everyone can add something. So I can remember a distinct story when I was at uni and I had so many assignments in 1 week. I had many things to think about. So my right channel would be used a lot because I would need to think of all those stuff that I would need to do to write and to research. So to help me cool down and actually slow down, I would put the ice on the liver and just do my work with this. So I would just use the ice as a way to slow down, cool down, and actually that would allow me to have a clearer thinking, more precise, and somehow the flow would just come and I would write. And then, yeah, the result was that I had really good marks.
Amazing. Thank you, Shivani.
I think to add on to that, like I had a similar experience, but with work, I felt really overworked because I worked say like late hours. So I had really long hours and I had so much work to do. And sometimes you can feel very overwhelmed with a lot of work that you have. So I actually did the same technique as Shivani. And I also took an ice pack and I put it right on my liver and the it just completely cools you down. It completely like just brings you back to like the center and where you can have kind of like a clear mind to do your work. So it really, really helps that way.
Yeah, now that you guys got started, it reminds me of, I have a small boy, as I told you, and it's pretty active. And what I realized is whenever he was doing something I would consider wrong, I would just react right away and tell him like, don't do this, don't do that. So little thing for parents here. I was, reacting a bit too much to, all his like, mischievous things he would be doing. And I thought, okay, let me try for 1 month to do like a cool foot soak, so with cold water and ice on my liver, and see if I work on myself, if he's gonna cool down. And then I did that, and after 1 month, I realized first, like, vibrations were like flowing amazingly. It was so much better because I was more balanced. But then when he would do something mischievous that I would, naturally usually react to, I felt I was more like, witnessing, not reacting right away and staying silent. And when I would tell him something, without reacting, he would actually do it versus, really always saying no and not doing it. And it was amazing to see how your state, when it's more balanced, how it could have such an impact on him because we feel that we are, separate beings and this is his behavior, whatever. But when you're in a good state, it's amazing to see how it can impact also like, your environment, your children in this case, and how then he would do like everything, easily without me having to react to it. So that was pretty amazing to experience. And it also like showed me how regularity was really important. Like, if you really do it religiously every day, even if you don't see the results yet, after 1 month, I was blown away because everything just happened in a very, short amount of time. Kalyan, I also wanted to ask you another question because all of us kids here were kind of like, born in Sahaj, we could say, like our parents already meditating. But I'd like to know from you, how was it when you started meditating using Shri picture?
Great question. Yeah. For me, I started Sahaja Yoga when I was already about 27. So I had lived a lot of non-Sahaj in the sense before Sahaja Yoga. So when I got into Sahaja Yoga, the first experience was very significant for me. It was something very unique to experience those moments of silence. I had never had any such experience before, and also I could feel the vibration coming here. And after that, when I started meditating, I mean, I started with Shri Mataji's photo right from the very beginning because I was told that that's a good practice to do, and I felt the meditations were really becoming much better as I continued practicing it on a daily basis with Shri Mataji's photograph. So I would definitely say that that is one of the recommended practices, and if you just try it with that, and you will find that it's very beneficial.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen, so much. And can you, any of you tell us, like, how do you know that your right side is out of balance? Like, how can you tell that?
Yeah, so in my case, I have seen this happen very often because I have a stressful job, right? So when you have to work long hours, like I think Jaya was also saying, that the right side gets overheated, and you can feel the heat basically because as you practice the meditation, you become sensitive to those vibrations. You can feel the heat of the right hand, and you can also see sometimes the heat moves up. Sometimes you feel the heaviness in your head, right? Sometimes you even get headaches. In fact, at one point I was having headaches because of the overworking and the liver being hot and so on. And I felt that doing the ice pack, in fact, one idea somebody told me was that you could put an ice pack when you go to sleep in the night, right? So that way it has a longer time for you to work on you and you really get much better sleep. So when I did that every day over a period of time, it really helped me cool down the right side. And it makes a big difference when you wake up in the morning. You get much more energy, and you can also stay in a much better state throughout the day.
Well, thank you so much. So we also have a question from Jason, who was saying, during meditation, although we were using the ice to cool the right side, I felt a lot of heat in my arms and face, cheeks. Why is that, please? Maybe Shivani or Jaya, you guys can answer that?
Yeah, so just like Kalyan said, like the heat, although it's mainly from the right side, it can also move around. So the right side can be the origin, but then it always impacts the chakras, and then the chakras will also create heat. And the heat is, again, I think it was said for previous station, but it has a friction. So when there's a blockages, whether in a chakra or particularly on the right side, it will create friction, and friction create heat. So the heat can then spread, and by cooling it down, whether with water in any form, so the ice or the foot soak, we can cool it down.
I think also, like, I think you can experience this yourself, but if you do, for example, a cold foot soak, you will realize that at the end of your foot soak, your water is hot because it has taken all the heat from your energy centers and it's been dropped completely in the water. So you will feel it at the end that, oh wow, this water is hot, like, and you feel so much lighter after. So I think that's also something that I've noticed with my experiences.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
would
have
just say
anything?
that if there is heat coming out, it's actually good in a way that it's getting released, right?
Mhm,
So
exactly.
sometimes when you're doing a treatment, it does bring the heat out and it's getting released. So after some time, you will find that it'll become cooler. So it's just a intermediate stage.
Yeah, it's funny, it does that. Sometimes I sit down, I start to meditate, and I feel a lot of cool breeze right away. I'm like, oh, great, my vibrations are, pretty good today. And then 5 minutes into it, I feel like heat is coming out. And I'm like, oh no. And you realize that it's actually kind of a normal process where, you do feel these cool vibrations, but then these vibrations start to kind of work on you, and then the heat is there because it's being released and it's everything we've absorbed, whether, we have stressful jobs or whatever it may be, but whatever heat we accumulate, it kind of takes a bit of time sometimes to go. The main thing, again, I think, for you also, Jason, to keep in mind is to have that regularity. Because of course, all our chakras won't get cleared in just one meditation. That's why we try to do it every day, a bit in the morning, a bit in the evening. And as we do it regularly, then we really see a difference. And there's less and less heat usually that we feel, and it gets clear out also like faster. But sometimes, in some period, it can take, a few sessions to actually finally feel a bit of cool breeze. And that's okay. It just means that it's working. Like Kalyan was saying, it's very positive because it means it's being released. And so as long as we keep, that regularity, we'll see the difference. All right. Anything else you guys wanted to share tonight with us? Because I'm very happy to, have all of you here. And, we don't necessarily know each other also so well. We're from some of us different part of the world. And maybe you guys would like to share some more also personal experiences of, just, Sahaja in general, and some things that you've noticed really, changed once you started to really get into meditation. Kalyan, maybe you want to share something about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, my experience with music is very different after I started Sahaja Yoga, right? Even after I started Sahaja Yoga, there has been a journey of how I learn music, how I perform. Before it was more of an effort, right? You kind of learn, you try to see, okay, this is what it is. And then you are very consciously trying to do something. And you get upset when something doesn't work and all that, right? So it is a little bit of a circle, which is hard to get out of. But after you get those moments of silence, you kind of know that it's not you who is doing it. You are just an instrument where this is happening, right? So when you experience that, you feel much more at ease and much more effortless. So that's when you start enjoying the process. And so that's a very different state and a very different experience. So I have really enjoyed that and that growth over a period of time.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you, Kalyan. There's actually more questions flowing in for you guys. So there's someone asking about Kundalini. And so the person says, seems like you're referring to it as a divine caring mother energy. But from what I've heard about Kundalini up until now, it was defined neither as good or bad, very strong force, that it may be used both for self-realization and for dualistic, egocentric purposes. So it sounds very different. And I wanted to ask you about it. Maybe there is something you have to say. Maybe it would help me understand it better. So who would like to take this one? All right, I guess I'll go. Yeah, go, Kalyan.
No, okay. So this pure energy that we call as Kundalini is the reflection of the divine within us, right? So it is a highly benevolent energy. So it's the energy that reflects the entire power of God's love, right? To put it that way, it is all pervading power of love. So it's the same energy. We call it the mother because it nourishes, it protects, it heals, it helps us grow. So in fact, it's the energy that helps us grow spiritually and gives us a higher level of awareness about who we truly are. So there is only something positive about this energy. It cannot be used in any other way, right? So it's highly benevolent, and that is the only way it can be. That's the only way it will be, right? So no matter what your intentions are or whatever it is. So we are just kind of being receptive to get the benefit out of this energy working within us. So that's all. It's just a relationship between a mother and a child that we experience through this energy. It's always positive, it's always pure. So there is no other such thing that can happen. So if somebody has told you something on those lines, don't believe it.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll figure it out for yourself. Like, it only works if you have something good you want to express and you want to manifest. If not, it won't work for anything else. And anything else is like, yeah, some sort of like parallel energy, but it's definitely not the Kundalini. All right, I have another question. Oh yeah, so she's thanking us for the answer. Thank you so much, Ramunas. And also, Karen, I have to tell you, some people are like, posting comments about how beautiful your music was. We have to share that. And also, I think there was a bit of confusion, Jaya, about where to place the hands, just because, with the camera, the direction, we don't know if it's left, if it's right. So can you just tell us where to place our hands when we work, for instance, on the right channel again? So that when people want to do that meditation again, they know.
Of course, absolutely. So I'm just gonna try to see if we can get a better angle.
You just didn't understand left or right. It was the main confusion about left and right.
Yes. So basically, when we work on our right channel, which is on the right side, we use our left hand because we're putting attention on the right channel, basically. And our right hand stays open to absorb all the vibrations or to see what we feel. We can feel whatever we feel. If there's any catches, if there's anything that we are feeling, we will feel it on our right hand. So basically, we will take our left hand, and as Shivani also was demonstrating, we place it on our liver, and then we move it as well to our third energy center here, which is also the center of the generosity, the peace, the satisfaction. And then we move it here to our other energy center, the next energy center. And here we can say that like we let go our responsibilities, all our worries. So yeah, basically everything, when we're working on our right channel, we use our left hand and we work on our right side of the body. The only thing that is on the left side is our ego, because it, like, if you see it on the chart, like it crosses here, and basically your right channel basically goes all the way up, and then it crosses, and then it comes here, and this is our ego. So this will be on the left side, but everything else is on the right.
Thank you, Jaya. Yeah, and there's something a bit confusing is, I guess at first, like if we work on the right side, then we bring the left hand towards the sky.
Yeah, so the way you think about it is that the way you see it is that you have your right hand open and your left hand kind of evacuates all the heat coming from the right side, like it evacuates all the heaviness. So you would be able to feel it on your right hand. And so it's kind of like a chimney in a way, like everything kind of goes up, everything gets dissolved. And this is why we do this movement as well, because we're able to feel the vibrations or anything that we're feeling. It could be heat, it could be cool. We would be able to feel it on our right hand, and then basically everything gets evacuated through the left.
Thank you, Jaya, so much. Well, I guess this makes it clear for everyone. Again, as you know, every session is recorded, so you can really get back to it and try these meditations again if they work particularly for you. Although we have to cover everything, when you meditate, you will, of course, try to find out, okay, like in my case, maybe in Callan's case also, from what we heard, we tend to, I mean, all of us, it seems we tend to overuse our right side a little bit. So this is the kind of techniques we would be using a bit more. And so it's not like, you use all the techniques, but you use what you need when you need it, according to what, the vibrations tell you. So I would love to, of course, thank everyone again tonight for this wonderful session. Shivani, Jaya, Kalyan, there's a lot of people also behind the camera making this possible. So thank you for the big team also behind the 21 days. And I guess we'll officially close the session for tonight. We're waiting for all of you tomorrow, same time, same place. And yeah, we wish you all a very pleasant night. And of course, you can keep going into the breakout rooms if you have any more questions or things on a more personal level that you want to, talk about, not here directly in the chat. Please go into the breakout rooms. They are all open. Everybody's very active after the sessions in the breakout rooms. So please don't hesitate to join them now. Kalyan, Jaya, Shivani, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you so
everyone. It
much.
was a
Thanks again.
pleasure. Thank you.